All right, guys, welcome to our upper body prep Tuesday. All right, so today we're going to go through some mostly flexion extension type stuff. We've been going through a multitude of different things over the past few weeks where we're just concentrating on one position more than just trying to hit multiple positions. So today we're going to go mostly through flexion extension. We're going to hit things from standing, seated, supine, prone, as well as sideline. As we go through this, what I want you to do is become very aware if you're limited on one side versus another, if one side's a little tougher than the other. And as we go through the different positions, does it stay limited in those positions? Because as we go through this, I want you to really be mindful of what positions you're having trouble going to and whether those positions transfer to the different places that we're going to assess those motions. So as we finish up our assessment, it'll kind of be our own little choose your own adventure where if you're limited to one side versus another, you might concentrate on that side versus the other. But we're going to go through some light exercise at the end and then go back and reassess range of motion to see whether or not we were able to actually open up some range again tonight. So hopefully as we go through this, you enjoy it. Make sure that you're only going to the positions that you can control and that you have no pain or discomfort. So if any of these positions you feel discomfort, make sure you stay within the ranges that you don't have any discomfort, okay? Don't necessarily mimic me. I'm a bad person to mimic because I might not have as much motion just like you guys on one side versus another. So as we go through this, just do what you can, all right? So first things first, we're gonna start feet about shoulder width apart. We're just gonna take our right arm and we're gonna slowly extend it up above our head. And then back down and up above and back down. We're just going as high as we can. No pain, no discomfort, okay? A couple more on this side. Good. We'll switch to the other side. Just lifting straight up. Couple more. Perfect. So now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. But we're going to take our right arm and we're just going to extend it back. Bring it back. So bringing it back as far as you can. Notice I'm not leaning forward as I reach back. Staying nice and tall, just seeing what kind of extension we have. It's nice and easy. Couple more. Good. We'll switch it to the other side. Straight back. One more. Good. Next one. We're going to go palms up. Okay. We're just going to bring our elbows in tight. So we're just going to go flexion of the elbow. So how far can you go? Nice and easy. Okay. Couple more. Good. Then we're going to go arms above the head. So our hands are behind us, and we're just going to extend up, just at the elbows. Okay. Just going into extension. Almost like think about it, if you had a dumbbell in between your hands, and you're just doing overhead dumbbell extension. That's all we're really doing. We're just extending the elbows to see if we can get all the way up. Okay. Can you get full lockout? Can you not? This is difficult. You can always bring your shoulders down and push out if you can't get your arms all the way above your head. But if you can, just try to push straight up towards the ceiling. Good. All right. We're going to have a seat. So I'm going to start feet out in front, hands down to the side, and I'm just going to slowly bring the right arm up and back down. So we're just going to see what kind of motion we have. Shoulder flexion, seated. One more. Good. Switch to the other side. Do you notice if one side feels a little tighter than the other? I can tell you my right shoulder is a little bit tighter than my left as I do this, and I definitely feel it more seated than I was feeling it standing. Couple more. Good. Now I'm going to go to the side so that my arm's kind of behind me, and I'm just extending back and down. Extending back, down. Couple more. Good. Switch it over the other side. Lift. Good. One more. Good. Let's go palms out in front of you. We're just going to bring them up all the way down. What do you got? Nice and smooth. Couple more. Good. Now overhead, extend. Couple more. Good. All right. Let's go on our side. I'm going to start on my left side here. From here, I'm going to bring my hand to the side. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my arm up above my head as far as I can and bring it back. And up as high as I can and bring it back. And notice, how does this arm feel compared to the other when we get to that side? Is this one tougher? Is it easier? About the same? Does it stay in line with what's happened while you were seated and or standing? One more. Good. I'm going to flip over on the other side. Good. Then we'll go into extension. Okay, so from here, I'm going to switch back over. Hand to the side, just going to extend behind my body. Get a couple more of these. Good. Flip it over. Good. And since I'm here, I'm just going to bring my palm up. I'm just going to flex the elbow. Getting full flexion, full extension each time. Couple more. We'll switch to the other side. Good. And let's switch it over. Couple more of these, and we'll switch it up to our extensions. Good. Then overhead, and we're extending. Bend, extend. Two more. Good. And we'll switch it back over. Last one. Good. Let's go all the way on the back. Okay, from here, we're just bringing the arm all the way up above and back. All the way up above and back. Might be able to touch the back part of your hand to the floor. You may not. It's okay if you can't. It's okay if you can. You just want to be able to do the same thing on the right that you're doing on the left. If you were limited on this right side on any of the other positions, are you limited on this position with this arm? Perfect. Then we'll bring it all the way up. Let's get a couple more of these. So from here, what I want you to do is we're going to bring the arm up just slightly, and we're just going to extend back and push down into the ground. Bring it up, extend back, push into the ground, extend back. Now, what I want you to concentrate on, chances are we're not getting full extension here, but what I want you to feel is when we do this on the right arm, do you feel it in the exact spot on the right side as you feel it on the left? Okay. So I want you to really dial into how this feels when you push into the ground. And then what I want you to do is when we switch, we'll switch to the other hand. Do you feel it in the same exact spot on the left side? Let's get a couple more. Good. We're going to go palms up, flexing the elbows. Palms up, flexing the elbows. Couple more of these. We'll go overhead extension. Good. Overhead, and we're extending out, bringing back. Extending out, bringing it back. Couple more. Good. All right, let's flip over on our stomachs. This time we're going to start with extension. So we're just going to lift up, back down. Lift up, back down. One more. Perfect. Switch to the other side. Good. So from here, we're going to push with this left hand. I'm going to have you lift up a little and then push into the ground. Light isometric. I want you to feel exactly where you feel the contraction in the front of the shoulder and relax. Bring it up, push into the ground. Bring it up, push into the ground. We're going to compare. How do you feel pushing in the ground on the left versus how do you feel pushing in the left on the right? Are you feeling it in the same position or are you feeling it someplace different? Sure you make a note. Good. Go to the other side. Push down. Push down. A couple more of these. Good. So from here, we're going to go palms down. Okay. And what I want you to do is think about pulling your hands towards your shoulders like you're doing a curl. The only difference is it's not really going to move because the friction of the floor is going to cause some resistance. And we're just going to pull in and relax. Pull in and relax. Pull in and relax. Do you feel it in the bicep on both sides? Do you feel it in the shoulder? Do you feel it in the bicep on one, the shoulder in the other? Do you feel it in the same spot? Couple more. One more. Good. So we're going to go overhead now and extend. Bring it back. Extend. Good. All right. All right. So here's what we got. Let's get everybody to stand back up. I want you to take an inventory. Okay. So the first one we're going to go through is shoulder flexion. So here's what I want. If the right side was easier than the left, or vice versa, then we're going to go through a couple different exercises. Okay. So if you're a person that when you were standing, your right arm was tougher than your left going up here, then what we're going to do is we're going to do a set of exercises where I'm going to have you. So let's, for example, my right side was a little bit tighter, excuse me, than my left. So my exercise is going to be, I'm going to take my left hand, bring my right arm up, and then I'm going to slowly lower it. Bring it up, and I'm going to slowly lower it. Okay. If in this position you didn't have an asymmetry, both of your arms felt amazing and everything felt good, then I want you to take a pair of dumbbells and or some cans, whatever you have, okay, at home. And what I want you to do is I just want you to bring both arms up, both arms down. So now you have a choice. Were you somebody that was limited here? If you were, you're going to lift up, slowly lift it back down. Lift up, slowly lift it back down. Okay, this is what I'm doing because my right shoulder was a little more off than my left. But if you felt fine, pick up your dumbbells and go into extensions or flexions, sorry. Okay, we're getting anywhere from 10 to 20 reps until you start to fatigue, and then we're going to relax. Okay, so that was the first position. Next one, how did we look in extension? Okay, was the right side easier than the left? So if my right side was a little bit tighter, what I'm going to have you do is you're slowly, so what I'm going to have you do here is you're going to bring your arm, you're going to push your arm back and slowly bring it forward. Push your arm back, slowly bring it forward. If that's tough for you to get back there, you can always go here, bend over at the hip, push back. Gives you a little more resistance. And if you felt completely fine, take your dumbbells, bend at the waist, just extend back. So if both of these felt even, which they did to me, I would take my dumbbells and extend back. But if you're somebody that your right or your left was a little bit more limited, push back, slowly bring it back. Cool. Next one, flexion. So as I go up, if I feel like my right side gets a little bit further than my left or vice versa, so your exercise would be, if my right side was limited, I'm going to bring my arm up, relax it. Bring my arm up and relax it. So I'm just taking out the concentric portion of this exercise. Okay. If I've got dumbbells, it can be here. So if everything was equal, nothing was limited, nothing felt off, I'll just take my dumbbells. If you have a band, you can use a band if you'd like. Okay, either one works. And I'm just flexing, extending. Okay, if I'm that individual that had something limited, I bring it up, back, up, back, up, back. Okay, next one, overhead extension. So again, if I felt like this one was a little limited, I'd take my hand. If it was my right side, take my hand, bring it up, Slowly bring it back down. Take it up. Slowly bring it back down. Up. Slowly bring it back down. If it felt fine, I'll take my 2 dumbbells all the way up, all the way down. Okay, hitting 10 to 20 of these. Now, if I wanted to add a little resistance, I could take my dumbbell, bring it up, and then slowly lower the dumbbell. So you have some options here. Perfect. All right. So let's go to sideline or seated. Okay. Let's go to seated first. Sitting up nice and tall. Okay. Same thing. If my right shoulder was a little bit tighter, which it was for me, my option here is going to be I'm going to lift up. I'm going to slowly let it down. Lift up. Slowly let it down. Okay. Or vice versa. Other side. If you were a lefty. Okay. If it felt completely fine in this position, take your dumbbells. Straight up. Nice and controlled. Okay. Or, like I said, bring it up. Let it back down. Bring it up. Let it back down. Cool. So let's go to extension. All right, I'm going to go to the side for here. So if you bringing it back from here, this felt off, right or left. So because you can see my right a little easier, if this was off for me, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my arm back and slowly let it down. Push my arm back. Now, if you want to add a little resistance to that, I grab the dumbbell in my hand, push back, slowly let it down. Push back. If it felt fine both ways, take your 2 cans, your 2 dumbbells, and just extend. Perfect. All right. Elbow flexion. So if I come here, one side was more limited than the other, one side didn't feel as good, okay? I can bring my hand up and extend down. So if my right side was limited, bring the hand up, extend down. If I wanted to do it with my can, grab my can or my dumbbell, lower it, help myself up, lower it, help myself up, lower it. If it's not, if it felt great, okay, grab your dumbbells here. You got options, okay? Okay, overhead. So if I was having trouble going overhead, again, my right shoulder, I'm gonna lift up, let it back down, lift up, let it back down. If I wanna use the dumbbell, lift up. We're only doing this on our limited side. If it's not limited, take both of your dumbbells and extend. Cool. Let's go on the side. So I'm gonna start on my right side. If your right side, if you're on your right side, your left side was limited, or if it felt great, if it felt fine, then let's just go through, let's take our dumbbell here. Let's just go through flexion, nice and controlled, okay? If it was limited, if this was the side that bothered you, reach out, slowly try to bring it back. Reach out, slowly try to bring it back. Now, if you can't get it all the way above your head, and this is as much as you can do, find the position that you can control flexion, okay? Or is it all the way up here? Can you control it all the way through? Cool. Let's go to the other side. Same thing. I got options here. This was my limited side. I'm going to start. Where can I control it? Open yourself up. But if I'm somebody, this side was my strong side. You can use the dumbbell or the can, whatever you got. Driving it into flexion. Awesome. Next one, extension. I'm just going to stay on this side, okay? So if it felt great on this right side, bringing it back, remember your option, dumbbell, just going into extension. If this side was actually limited for you, you're going to help yourself back a little bit and bring it back. Push and bring it back. Push, bring it back. Nice and slow. Push the arm back, bring it back. Good. Other side. Same options, okay? If it felt good, just take your dumbbell and extend. If it didn't feel so good, push the arm back, slowly bring it back to neutral. Push it back. Cool. So now that we're in this position, let's just go flexion. So if you felt good going into flexion on the left side, take the dumbbell, and we're just doing curls. Okay? If you didn't feel so good, help yourself out a little bit, relax. Now, we can also add the dumbbell where you bring it up and slowly bring it back. Bring it up, slowly bring it back. Add a little bit of difficulty. Okay? Or if it feels good, like I said, you're just going in and out. Okay? Other side. Straight up and down. Or if it doesn't feel as good, help it up there, slowly bring it back. Help the arm up, slowly bring it back. If that's too much, just do it with the weight of your arm. Good. So from here, we'll just go overhead. So if this one was tough for me, I'm going to bring my arm out and slowly bring it back. Extend my arm out, slowly bring it back. Okay. This was easy for me. Take my dumbbell and just extend. Just hitting all these different positions. This one, my elbow's cracking. Perfect. Let's go to the other side. See what the other side looks like. If you were limited on this side, grab the arm, extend, bring it back. Go into extension, bring it back. Felt okay. This one's not popping in my elbow, but it's definitely grinding in my shoulder. Didn't feel that on the other side. Perfect. All right, on our backs. So if you felt limited going down in flexion on the right side, you're going to lift your arm up. bring it back. So bring it here and down. Bring it up, down, up, down, up, and then drop. Bring it up, drop. Bring it up, drop. Bring it up, drop. If it felt fine, grab your dumbbell, straight up, straight down. Good. Same thing on the other side. Lift it up, drop it down, lift up, drop down, lift up, drop down, lift up, drop down. If it felt okay, grab the dumbbell, straight up, straight down. Good. So from here, elbow flexion, right side. The elbow flexion was tougher. So you can bring the arm up and then slowly drop it down. Bring the arm up, slowly drop it down. Bring the arm up, slowly drop it down. I can create it with the dumbbell too. You can help it out, slowly bring it down. Or I can just take it, just straight arm, straight up, straight down. Same thing on the other side. I can bring the arm up, slowly bring it down, and grab the dumbbell, do the same thing. If I want a little added resistance. Or I can just bring it up and bring it down. Okay, overhead. So if I'm limited on my right side, I can push the arm up and bring it back down. Push the arm up and bring it back down. Up, back down, up, back down, or, whoop, lost my dumbbell. Or I can take my dumbbell here and extend and bring it back. Good. Switch to the other side. Same thing. I can extend with the dumbbell. Okay. Or I can help myself by pushing up, bring it back, pushing up, bring it back. Okay. Good. And let's flip it over. Okay. Left side. If I was limited here, okay, one of the things that I can do is I'll start right up here on my hip, extend, down. Crawl my hand up, extend, down. Crawl up, extend, down. If you weren't limited and you felt good, grab your dumbbell, straight up, straight down. Good. Other side. If you were limited on the right side, crawl it up, extend, down. Crawl it up, extend, down. Couple more. Or grab the dumbbell and extend. Good. So the next one, we're going to extend up above and bring it back. So if you're limited on the left side, help yourself out, bring it back. Help yourself out, bring it back. Or take your dumbbell and just extend. Good. Other side, I can extend or I can help myself. So reach, slowly bring it back. I'm going to extend out. Good. All right, let's stand back up. Let's just go through the primary motion standing one more time, okay? So start with the right arm, bring it up, bring it back. And just see, does the right arm move a little bit better after going through those motions? Switch it up. Does it feel even? Feel off still? Okay, to the side, extend. Other side, extend. Palms up, elbow flexion. Okay, and elbow extension. Awesome. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the upper body prep tonight. Went through a bunch of different things. So what we're looking for as we go through these positions, are you limited? Does something feel off? If it is, we're giving you options to choose from. If it doesn't, we're also giving you options to choose from. So it's a choose your own adventure type of thing. Hopefully, as you go through these different positions on these different orientations, whether we're standing, seated, lying, on lying supine, lying prone, and or if we're sideline, how are these positions how are these orientations changing positions? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Are you seeing the same thing show up throughout each position? If you are, we're trying to give you options to work through those things. And hopefully, as we go through, everything kind of equals out and you start to feel a little bit better, a little bit looser, maybe less pain as you go through. Again, I appreciate everybody that tuned in today.